Maria, we got a splendid day here in town. Can't knock it, you know.
Hey, I do my sun dance every year feverishly, and I change the choreography to make sure that we have sunshine for the whole weekend.
Well, you did a great job.
So far, so good.
Because the weather is just absolutely beautiful. We're here with the fine folks from Shrewsbury Media Connection, Mark Serra and his staff, Paul Gustafson, Liz Poplowski, and the rest of the crew are here and allowing us to bring this show to you live and in living color on Shrewsbury cable this afternoon. So turn off your Patriots game today and enjoy the parade. And I hope the folks at home are watching. And the parade's almost made it down to this point.
We have our esteemed VIP seating for our 90-plus guests that we do every year, and we will be shuffling them back to the senior center after for a nice tea and luncheon with entertainment. So it's always a special part for me to be able to include them for our parade again this year.
Yep, there's quite a contingent of senior citizens over there too. So here you see coming into our screen, Shrewsbury's finest, members of the Shrewsbury Police Department making a racket. Get your attention, that's for sure.
Then followed by the fire department.
Like I said, Shrewsbury's finest, the police and fire department. We got the color guard. So I can see in the color guard, I see it looks like Brendan Palumbo. Mm-hmm. Do you have the list of the names there of the color guard?
I do. Let's see. I do not have.
You did last year. I just was wondering if you had it.
For some reason, I do not.
These guys were all. A lot of these guys were at a party on Friday night honoring retiring Deputy Fire Chief Bruce Carr Jr., who, after 100 years of service to the town of Shrewsbury,
finally decided to
call
retire,
it a day.
Huh?
He did.
Well,
so
he will
congratulations to you, Chuck.
He is one awesome person.
Town owes you a debt of gratitude for your service. And before he gets down here, you know, we want to mention that the selection for this year's Grand Marshal, I mean, we'll have a chance to talk to him when he comes into view, but we're waiting for them to catch up a little bit here.
Well, we can certainly tell them who our Grand Marshal is this year for 2019, not? Michael Perna Jr., and excellent choice, well known in the town. He is officially our Shrewsbury historian, and he is the former president of the Shrewsbury Historical Society and Massachusetts Veterans History Registrar. He and his lovely wife Sandy will be riding in a BMW coming down the road soon from Choice Auto. And he has just done so much for the town. He's published, he's working on his 6th book, which will be coming out shortly, and he worked on that as a collaboration with his grandchildren,
right,
which is really kind of interesting.
Yeah, those for anybody that's a history buff, you want to stick your nose in Mike Perna's business when it comes to his books that he's published with all the great photographs of the town through the many 300 years of history that Shrewsbury's been around. And I know that Mike has been on numerous shows with Henry Grant Petro, who Henry loves history as well.
Absolutely.
And he always drags Mike down that hole with him, talking about the years of history for Shrewsbury. So, Mike, you guys couldn't have picked a better person to be Grand Marshal. He's one of the better guys.
Awesome choice.
Very humble man, and glad to see him get it.
He has served on the Historical District Commission for over 20 years. David and his
Fire
family.
Department color guard on your screen. A great shot right there. You got ladder truck T1 here. Trying to see, is that Chief Voner in the, yeah it is.
Here we
Chief
go.
Jimmy Voner in the passenger. Hi Jim, how you doing? Love seeing him. Jimmy's a great guy, great fire chief. Love seeing him. Hi Donna. Donna and Billy Zoner in the back seat of the fire truck. Donna Towner, Adam's mom. Adam's in the fire department as well. So
Shrewsbury's finest.
now as we wait for the grand, or we say Grand Marshal,
Could we have a drum roll?
Michael Perna.
Accompanied by his lovely wife, Sandy.
Yeah.
They have been married for 45 years, which is
God bless him.
quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, he's got me beat by 5 years.
There you go. They have 2 adult children and 4 grandchildren.
Yeah, actually, his son Nicholas grew up with my son Nick, and Nick's a police officer in the town.
So they are riding in a BMW from Choice Auto. Shrewsbury's favorite volunteer, Avani, is driving them in this lovely car today. They've been in business for 25 years, servicing Shrewsbury, and are busy hiring.
Congratulations, Mike. Couldn't have gone to a better guy.
Looking good. I guess he decided that his grandchildren were not going to ride with him. He had asked about them riding along, and at the 11th hour, they must have changed their mind.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be a real humble person to sit in that back seat there. I mean, because there's so many great people in this town that could be selected for that. I'm good. How are you? Nice to see you. Selectman Kane and Mo DiPaolo.
Beth Cassavant. And
John LeBeau just walked in front of your screen.
there you
Hi,
go.
John. How you doing?
And John Samia. Okay, now you want to talk about our Special Olympics.
Senator Mike Moore just walked in front of the screen, and now your Special Olympics. What page is that on here?
First.
Okay, honored guests today are 8 of the 10 Special Olympics USA men's basketball team and their 3 coaches from the Shrewsbury Parks and Rec Special Olympics program. And the Special Olympics Massachusetts represented the USA in the 2019 Special Olympics World Games held in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. For almost 2 weeks, the athletes competed against Special Olympics teams from around the world, and at the end of the competition, our Special Olympic USA basketball team earned a silver medal.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome.
And you're seeing the Shrewsbury Parks and Rec float, bringing the game on. Very nice.
There's Angela riding in
Angela
the front.
Snell, yeah.
Blowing bubbles as they go. Got a little sports theme going on there.
And as always, we've got our politicians that are running for office that
Stephanie.
find a place in the
Yep.
parade.
Stephanie Fatman running for Worcester probate. Registrar of probate.
And behind her is Hannah Kane, our state representative who represents the town of Shrewsbury very nicely. She's involved in everything, as was her predecessor. Great job by Hannah, and we wish you well always. Thank you for all you do. And she's coming into your screen on the left there. You're saying hello to the many participants. I'll tell you, the parade route is well attended today. Hi, Hannah. Thank you.
And Hannah graciously navigating the parade route in high heels. Kudos.
All right, behind the Hannah float is our school committee.
The chair, Sandra Frick, vice chair, John Wensky, secretary, Dr. Dale McGee, Jason Paldich, and Lindsay Heffernan.
Let's just say Shrewsbury Schools, in partnership with the community, will provide students with skills and knowledge for the 21st century, an appreciation of our democratic tradition, and the desire to continue to learn throughout life. All right, we got a couple of, we got a nice old vehicle right here. We got a Ford, that looks like a Ford
Torino. A Ford Torino.
Yeah.
I have no idea what year, but
predecessor to the Grand Torino, which I had one of those.
Did you really?
Did. The UWS National Women's Soccer, Worcester Smiles.
Worcester Smiles, yep.
Worcester Smiles Women's Soccer, a new United Women's Soccer franchise, will make to be winning games right away or even win the championship, now a Division II league underneath the National Women's Soccer League.
Oh, then we have our Worcester Railers hockey team. The Railers are an ECHL affiliate of the New York Islanders, and they're introducing a new way to be part of professional hockey in Massachusetts. The team began play in 2017-18 and is a member of the North Division of the Eastern Conference of the ECHL. And they're in their vehicle, the Railers HC Raptor, that they'll drive to all the community events.
You're looking right now at the Boston Cannons, so lacrosse team dancers, and that's the Van, right, and the Van Men's Soccer League Division Champs 2011. With us today in some of the professional volunteer dance team that performs at all Boston Cannon home games. Great sponsor in the town of Shrewsbury, Central One Credit Union, helped bring together, major sponsor of the brand new turf field at Shrewsbury High School, a football field, and they give so much of the community.
They really do, and they're located at 714 Main Street right here in town, and they are definitely a community-focused credit union. They're always helping the schools and the other charitable organizations in the town. They do
Absolutely.
a lot for the town.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, you know, and we've got a big gap here between, that's the end of the first division.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about the amount of money that they contributed to the turf, and for those of you in the town that have not had a chance to get up to Shrewsbury High School and check out the new field that they've got there, you need to do that. It's just absolutely outstanding. The money was well spent. Every dime was accounted for them. They've put together a gazillion bricks up there with people that have been sponsored. They've put in, I heard next year we're going to be building a new press box up there, which we sadly need.
Yes, we do.
So I'm very happy with the way it came out up there. And anybody associated with Shrewsbury High and the kids included,
absolutely,
who are the biggest benefactors. Very happy about
that.
Plus,
it affords the town opportunities for additional income. You know, the fields before could not be used for anything other than our own purposes because they were in just such horrible shape. But
right.
This really affords a lot of more opportunities for the school and the town.
Well, the sun is really starting to beat down over here. The temperature's got to be like 70, 72, 74.
Not complaining.
But if you sit here in the sun just right, you know, it actually feels pretty good.
It's awesome. Hope you have your sunscreen on.
No sunscreen.
Oh, come on.
No, I get that natural
olive oil in your skin.
The natural Italian thing going for me. So.
Well, I made sure our seniors had sunscreen. We don't want any of them getting toasted.
No, not at all.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Division II. I don't know if these guys can pick it up yet. Probably not. Otherwise, they'd be there. But we've got to spend a little time on the first float in this Division II.
Is the first place winner of the float competition, the India Society, and I believe they won first place last year well.
They did.
They put an extraordinary amount of time, energy, and money into their float every year. This year, the India Society of Worcester, ISW, represents a lot of diversity in its people, its culture, its music, religion, languages, and food. ISW float and parade participants are making an attempt to exhibit some of that diversity and bringing their game on. That was actually the theme of our parade this year, Game On.
Game On.
The float exhibits different costumes and props from various parts of India, and the parade participants are performing from different traditions in India. And if you look at the number of people that they have participate every year, it is definitely a labor of love and expression of their unity as a culture.
Absolutely. I mean, it brings a taste of India to Shrewsbury for sure, with all the traditional dress and garb that they have on.
Every year they put forth so much effort putting it into their float, which they generously levies, once again, is a huge part of our town with their, I think they've been around forever, and the cornerstone of towing and recovery in the town of Shrewsbury and beyond. But Tommy Garganigo is very generous every year and donates the flatbeds and the different trucks for these floats to actually be built on. So kudos and a big thank you to Lovey's Towing and Recovery for providing the flatbed once again for the India Society to place first.
Well, if you think about, you talk about Tommy Garganigo, it wasn't just that they started this with Tommy. Tommy's dad had Garganigos before, while Tommy was in high school.
That's right.
Before that, so they've been around forever, like you said, Maria.
And they're a big donor, big contributor in the town every year. I mean, this is what, like our 23rd or 24th year for Spirit of Shrewsbury, and they've been there every step of the way as a supporter.
Drum players feel. I feel like that's what the guys and I that broadcast for Shrewsbury High School, we've been doing that for 20 some odd years now, and I feel like we're the guys in the front of the band banging the drums for the high school team.
For sure. Look at the detail on that float. Is that not amazing?
I like the
colorful
kids. I like the kids. Hi guys.
India Society sponsors one of the events at the Expo, the Kids Got Talent, and this year they went to Shrewsbury's Got Talent.
We got Foley Motorsports coming into the view here, and
part of Division 2, we've got the Shrewsbury Sweethearts pageant. Sponsored by Foley Motorsport. Today, riding in the beautiful convertible are the 2019 winners, Miss Abby Blessington, teen Miss Madison Taylor, preteen Miss Hayden Lindsay, and pageant director Ileana Davis. This is the third pageant in Shrewsbury, and in 2020, they'll have their 4th annual pageant, which will be coming up in March, so we'll be looking forward to that. Last year, I believe they did their pageant at Southgate. And these girls are amazing.
On screen now, you see the Shrewsbury Women's Club driving the red 1921 Mercedes-Benz convertible with President Ms. Brenda Caldwell and Vice President, founded in 1904, is a non-profit, tax-exempt organization dedicated to education, community service,
philanthropic.
Thank you. Philanthropic work and friendship. And now, Shrewsbury's Girl Scouts. 100 years of scouting.
2.7 million strong, the Girl Scouts are. 1.9 million girls and 800,000 adult volunteers who believe girls can change the world. Began over 100 years ago with one woman, the Girl Scouts founder, Juliet Gordon Daisy Lowe, who believed in the power of every girl. She organized the first Girl Scout troop in March of 1912. Now we have our little ones, our little daisies and brownies and the whole contingent. Today,
girls do change the world. That's not they can. Girls do change the world.
absolutely. Today in Shrewsbury, we continue the Girl Scout mission of building girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. Look how many are marching today. That is a wonderful, wonderful contingent.
You know, and with the programs for the girls here in Shrewsbury and across the globe, Girl Scouts offer every girl a chance to do something amazing. That's awesome. Just love it. And I hear Frank Sinatra coming this way. Is that Frank?
Yeah, he's been resurrected.
It's got to be Frank, is it?
It is. It's Frank's cousin, at least, Joe Coriglia.
Oh. It sounded like Sinatra for a second. That is Sinatra. Come on.
Joe Coriglia grew up off of Shrewsbury Street in Worcester. He's been singing in the New England area for 33 years, mostly in the Worcester nightclub scene. His bands include JC and the City Players, the Joe Coriglia Review, the Big Band Favorites featuring Joe Coriglia, and he performs songs from the American Songbook made famous by Frank Sinatra, Tony Bennett, Dean Martin, and Michael Bublé, to name a few. The senior citizens are all invited back to our tea at the Senior Center where they can hear Joe perform more.
Thank you very much, Shrewsbury.
Joe does a great job. It is.
He's got a great voice.
He is amazing.
Great voice.
And he is being towed on his float by Dorenzo's, which is a full-service towing and vehicle recovery company founded in 1999.
New York.
They service New England and beyond.
I want to wake up in that city that doesn't sleep and find I'm a number one, top of the list, king of the hill, a number one.
Joe does a great job. He performed at our senior prom this year.
Yeah, well, you know what? I feel like I'm sitting in Yankee Stadium right now.
There you go.
After another Yankee win.
There you
This
go.
year, anyways.
We have the van from Orchard Grove Residence, which is an independent, assisted, and memory care senior living community, which is right on the corner of Route 9 and Walnut Street in Shrewsbury. They have an amazing, amazing bunch of people that reside there. They were a major sponsor of the prom this year. They provided all of our appetizers and hors d'oeuvres. And they're very attentive to their community. And it is a beautiful facility.
I can't say that I've been over there, but
Oh, it's amazing. And
very nice.
their chef is like out of this world. It's a 5-star restaurant at that facility.
All right. Where are we, Maria?
We are at the Learning Experience Daycare located at 889 Boston Turnpike. The centers are purpose-built to foster an environment where children can feel safe, comfortable, and ready to learn while encouraging and helping cultivate a child's natural curiosity and creativity. Then we have Beal School's Early Childhood Center. A little history on Beal School. It was named in honor of fallen World War I veteran Major Howard Beal. The Beal School opened its doors in 1922.
Wow. I think Donnie Green went that.
I
back
think
then.
he graduated from there.
Yeah, 1922.
This is the new and improved Shrewsbury Club, which was the old racquetball club and was Shark, and it's
Yep.
had a few different names. It's a full-service neighborhood fitness and tennis club offering an encouraging environment to work on healthy habits. They have 4 tennis courts, 25,000 square foot indoor turf field, 2 racquetball courts, and 2 basketball courts. And they have programming offered for toddlers through adults in tennis, fitness, baseball, group exercise, gymnastics, martial arts, dance, and much more. The owner is Nate Sorensen,
Yep.
and his general manager is Kristen Jenkins.
Right. Those of you who remember Nate played baseball and hockey for Shrewsbury High School
So he's a
years
townie.
ago. All right, and on your screen now is a Jeep from Unibank. Full-service, mutually owned community bank with branches in the Metro West and Central Mass regions. It's dedicated to contributing to overall quality of life and economic health of the communities it serves, while maintaining a high level of financial soundness and integrity. Now in Shrewsbury, Unibank opened its newest
Full-service branch in Lakeway Commons. This is next. Tension band is next.
Okay.
Okay. Now we have another one of Dorenzo's flatbeds, which is housing the Tension Band. They actually played yesterday. They're Shrewsbury's very own favorite classic rock band, and their name, Tension. And the band is actually comprised of exclusively Shrewsbury residents. In addition to playing commercially at clubs and parties, Tension has been rocking our town of Shrewsbury, playing and helping to raise funds to support and benefit our schools, music, the arts, and charities across our community since 2005.
Look who's singing.
Their band members are Tim Roach, who's the lead guitar, Joe on bass guitar, Steve on grip drums, and John O'Brien is lead vocals.
For 40 days.
John O'Brien does all the camera work for Shrewsbury High's football team for I don't know how many years.
Well, he's multi-talented.
He's been doing it for quite a long time. Wow, look at this. This is kind of neat. The Matthew John Whittle Masonic Lodge and its marches. The Matthew John Whittle Lodge is a Masonic fraternal organization which has been quietly serving Shrewsbury since 1928. Their focus is local charitable endeavors as well as helping their members to be better individuals at large. On your screen now is Cub Scouts of Shrewsbury, Pack 114, which, believe it or not, was my alma mater.
There you go.
I grew up as a Cubby, with my mother, Sonny, being our Cub den mother.
Awesome.
Many years
Did you
ago.
do the Pinewood Derby back then?
Absolutely.
That was always a highlight.
Yeah, I remember my dad helped me make this Pinewood Derby race car. And before the race, he had put some oil, Western oil on the wheels. And just before the race started, I had the wheel in my mouth.
Nice.
Yeah, I was a kid, Needless to say,
You thought it
we
was
didn't do
mealtime?
well. Yeah, I don't
Western
know.
oil? You're thinking it was a meal?
All right, what pack was this that just went by? I missed it. 162, is that right? Pack 62.
62.
By the way, the Division III third place winning float was the Cub Scouts.
No, Yuletide.
Is that right?
No, Yuletide.
Oh, we'll see how this is doesn't say.
We needed to fill it in.
Oh, it wasn't filled in. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. All right.
Wellspring Church.
What do we get on the screen? It's
Wellspring Church.
Wellspring United Methodist Church.
And their float is Fishers of Men. Nancy Allen and Peter Bjork.
Looks like they've got a nice float in tow.
Right. And that's what their float is. The theme is Fishers of Men.
God calls us to share love with all people and be drawn into a relationship with God. Very nice. Looks a lot, it takes a lot of work and effort to put a float together.
Absolutely.
And it takes
Plus
a little bit of thought too.
And there's a time crunch because this year the judging started at 11 a.m. So they had to have their floats completed so that they could be judged by 11 o'clock. So think about how they had to put this thing together and be ready for judging so that they didn't miss the boat, so to speak.
Yeah. So just coming into your screen from the left, coming to your right, is the Elite Academy of Dance. It's a Massachusetts premier dance studio located in Shrewsbury. They provide a well-rounded dance education for both boys and girls ages 2 to 18 years old. Elite is the home of the Grand National Champions and has been voted the top 20 dance studio in the country.
How about that?
Registration is now ongoing for season 10. Visit their website at elitedance-mass.com today.
Look at these kids doing their flips and turns and cartwheels and on the pavement.
Coming into your screen now is an organization I belong to. It's the Knights of Columbus, a Delphi Council. I know in the front seat is Grand Knight Walter Castagna, and sitting beside him is Father Paul O'Connell, who is the chaplain of that organization. I know the KFC supports Special Olympics with a Tootsie Roll drive every year, along with many other works that they try and do. I know their Tootsie Roll drive is about ready to come on board.
In full swing.
And they're already starting to collect for it during the parade.
They actually sponsor every year a 5K race on Saturday morning.
Yep.
And that's been an ongoing tradition that they've done for many years.
Many thanks to Fran Manella for making that program come off yesterday.
Now we have GLC, the Gymnastics Learning Center, which of course is located in Shrewsbury, and they service children from walkers to girls and boys competitive teams. GLC has a preschool, God's Little Children, preschool for ages 2.9 through kindergarten, as well as before and after school care. And GLC does gymnastics birthday parties and offers free trials for classes.
Yeah, that's one thing I was not good at, was gymnastics.
No.
Not at all.
Couldn't quite get your body to twist and turn like that, huh?
No. Another big truck by Lovey's. What do we got here? Look at that. I think that just might be one of Lovey's trucks decorated with all kinds of
Halloween. That's awesome.
Pretty neat. You want to take this one? Shrewsbury High boys varsity crew team. Is that who this is? Or is it the cheerleaders? I can't tell.
Not the cheerleaders.
No, it's not.
No, crew's coming behind them. It might be not speech and debate. Volleyball.
Volleyball.
There we go. We got it. A little out of sync here. So they have a nice float, the Shrewsbury High School volleyball team. Making a lot of noise.
A lot of team spirit there.
Absolutely.
Now here comes the crew.
There we go.
It's one of the oldest sporting for the town of Shrewsbury. We've always had that great Lake Quinsigamon down there for many, well, forever. And
they're actually celebrating their 82nd year.
Exactly. That's, Coach Ken Burns, I remember he started that.
Back in 1937.
Take it away.
He was the former chief of police and Massachusetts Commissioner of Fish and Game. And the girls' crew wasn't added until 1975. They have many supporters to their crew team, among some of their major donors. The Klink Miner, the Bob Doyle families, Spags, and of course the Irving James Donahue Jr. family. They have been so generous throughout the years, providing shells all the time. The Friends of the Shrewsbury Crew is also a huge supporter of the crew teams, and the crew teams row out of the Donahue Rowing Center on North Quinsigamon Ave. We have a couple of lovely shells here with former coaches Pam Krause and Russell Krause.
On your screen now is the Shrewsbury debate team, the speech and debate team.
They're always very colorful every year. They exude a tremendous amount of spirit.
I don't know if I've said this before, but you know, we have this TV show called Coach's Corner that we've been doing for many years. It's down at the TV station. One year we brought the debate team on because they were a team, right? We figured we'd bring their coach on, and the guys on our broadcast tried to debate these guys, and they got their butts handed to them. It was just
as it should be.
The Shrewsbury High School robotics team, 4, 6, 7, and check out this little neat little machine, number 467. It's a little robot. Look at that. I wonder if it's got a mind of its own. I wonder.
It's totally being controlled by them.
Following them, making all the noise, is the Shrewsbury High School Marching Band. And on cue.
The marching band is just one of the 5 instrumental ensembles at Shrewsbury High School. And it draws members from all disciplines of academic and athletic facets of the high school community and performs at all home varsity football games in the fall, as well as several boys and girls varsity basketball games in the winter. And when they're not performing in parades or at athletic events, the musicians perform concerts for the community, as well as participating in local, state, and national festivals.
Everybody loves a band.
Absolutely. Shrewsbury's finest. We have a bunch of super fans coming on the screen shortly.
I believe this is the SHS football team. Would that be right?
I believe so. Well,
I believe it is.
This is soccer. Well,
Is it soccer? Yeah,
Yes.
I think you're right. It is soccer. It is soccer. Sorry.
And another one of Lovey's trucks.
Girls and boys soccer, right?
Yes.
I know the soccer team's enjoying playing on that new turf field this year over at Shrewsbury High. They were Shrewsbury Youth Soccer was a major contributor to that new field.
Now we have our football team and our cheerleaders.
Yeah, they lost a tough one yesterday at Doherty High School. I know that played at Foley Stadium, and they got beat by a touchdown with 15 seconds left on the clock. Last minute score by Doherty.
Tough.
So they're 2-1 on the season, and they got a pretty good team.
That's okay. That's okay. They're great. We have them on a big flatbed from Capello's. There's a lot of football players there.
Maria, right after them, your favorite.
Near and dear to my heart.
Take it away.
Our Shrewsbury High School cheerleaders, coaches, Matt Holdridge and Emily Chaves. Look at these girls, they're amazing. They have a huge squad this year. Last year they were kind of small. This year they've got like 20-something girls, all very talented. Gone are the days of the rah-rah girls when I was back in high school as a cheerleader, okay? Now they have to be gymnasts, they have to be dancers, well coordinated, and they definitely show their team spirit.
Guys, you got another one? How about another one? Nothing else?
How cute are they? Sporting their new uniforms, I might add.
Fiore's.
Yeah.
Fiore's Truck Auto Sales up on Route 9 in Shrewsbury. And the cheerleaders float. I didn't know the cheerleaders had a float. Did you help with that, Maria?
Not this year. Back in the day, we did a complete football field as a float. Looking good. Fall theme. Must be our captains on it. Oh, we have Yuletide Market, complete with Santa Claus and one of his elves.
How did that happen?
The festive float is a first-time entry into the parade, and they announced Shrewsbury's first annual Yuletide Market. It will take place on Saturday, December 7th from 4 to 7 p.m. at the Town Common.
Wow.
Like the iconic holiday markets of Europe, everyone is invited for holiday music, performances, a beer and wine garden, and select merchandise that they will have, twinkling lights, food trucks, and much more. Be sure to keep an eye out for more information on this festive, fun event.
This is
Thank
the second place float right here. Yeah.
Yes, the Yuletide is the third place float.
Wow, this is second place.
DPW is the second place, but Yuletide that just went through was the third place.
Very nice. I like that.
Oh, look at this.
A little
They've
snow
got that
in,
white
September?
stuff on there.
Please.
How appropriate that it follows the Yuletide float.
I'm going to California.
Yeah. You would miss this New England weather. You know you would.
No.
Come on.
No, I don't think so.
So their theme is obviously Let It Snow. It's a 2018 Mack dump truck plow and spreader. Here's patriotism at its best. Check out the size of that American flag on the Dorenzo truck.
It's a grand old flag.
Oh, what did you do with the money?
A high-flying flag. And forever. I'm not gonna
We want to just thank the Spirit of Shrewsbury sponsors, the citizens for coming out today, Lovey's for donating many of his flatbeds, and Dorenzo's for the final display of patriotism. Santa helps to end the parade with pride for our town and living the American dream in the pursuit of happiness. And that will do it for this year's 2019 parade, Nick.
Outstanding. I've enjoyed my time with you once again, Maria.
It's always fun. It's always a new experience.
A lot of work, a lot of effort, and we were blessed
Absolutely.
with a great day to have
Again,
the parade in. So
I'm just going to keep on dancing.
no complaints there.
Next year, we are guaranteed another good day, and we'll look forward to seeing you again.
Right. Well, once again, a great thanks, word of thanks out to the fine folks at Shrewsbury Media Connection, with Paul Gustafson producing, and with the help of Liz and Mark Serra and his staff. So thank you guys very
Fine
much
job.
for bringing it to the town of Shrewsbury. And for Maria Smith, I'm Nick Tedisco signing off. We'll see you next year at the final, at the Fall Festival Parade.
Absolutely. 2020, right around the corner.
Have a good one.
Thanks so much.